And I want you to know this. And I want you to know this. Yeah. And I want you to know this. And I want you to know this. And I want you to know this. And I want you to know this.
Good evening. Hello, everybody.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello, we are together once again. Happy to see you all. This is Just Saying with Diane and Marlette.
Just saying.
With another show.
And another topic, a
Yes,
new topic
yes,
for you today.
yes.
We are talking about embracing your natural beauty in today's society.
In today's society.
And that's what we want to talk about.
Right. And we see all over social media, all over YouTube, all over Facebook, Instagram, anything, whatever social media you have, that there is a lot of body shaming, a lot of hair shaming, a lot of comparison to one another. And we just want to talk about that. We just want to talk about
Absolutely.
Loving and appreciating yourself.
Now, before we go further, if you have not hit that subscribe button, do so.
Please do.
We'd love to have you as a part of our channel. Like, share, and tag. Share the videos, and leave your comments. Leave your suggestions for topics. We're open to them, and we're going to dive right into this one, okay?
All right.
So we want to first start talking about, obviously, natural hair.
Right.
We're both natural.
Right. And as far as a disclaimer,
Yes.
we are not promoting natural hair. We're not promoting makeup. We are just wanting all of us,
Yes.
us as well,
Yes.
to embrace our beauty.
We're not bashing relaxers. We're not
bashing.
bashing makeup. We're not bashing the fact that you want to go and get your hair permed or your hair relaxed. Let's put that out there first, so we don't get the comments about, oh, I'm happy being relaxed. That's wonderful. We've been relaxed for years.
Right. And had a chair curl.
Exactly. So we want to put that out there. What we're talking about is loving yourself.
Right.
Naturally, being able to, if you want to go natural, if you want to wear no makeup, being able to love yourself that way as well.
That's right.
That's what we're talking about today.
That's right.
So with natural hair, it just means your hair in its naturally kinky state. That's what natural hair is, and it's been a lot of backlash in the workplace, in a lot of places about natural hair, kinky texture. Hello to everyone live.
And I think for the most part, Diane, natural hair to some people is offensive. Because it I don't know why. I really don't know why. I tried to imagine why it would be offensive, but it is offensive to people. That's why a lot of people don't embrace it. I feel like in a professional arena, they don't embrace it on their jobs, at church and school.
Yes.
So I think it's offensive.
Yeah, and that's really sad, because it's the natural way that God has allowed your hair to grow out of your head.
Right,
and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. You can decide to go natural if you don't know anything about going natural. And we say going natural. You can do it through big chop. Just chop your hair all off and start new. You're chopping off the chemically processed ends, and you're starting new with virgin natural hair, the way it grows from your scalp. Or you can transition, slowly transition into becoming natural, which also means to take that relaxed hair, let it stay there, and just begin to never put any more relaxers in your hair. And over time, the relaxed ends grow down and out. And that's another way that you can accomplish natural hair.
And a lot of people go natural for different reasons. You have the health aspect. I had a friend who had some pre-existing health issues anyway, and she constantly had the perms, and she had lymph nodes all throughout her neck and in the base part of her neck, and these areas had lymph nodes. And the moment she decided not to perm anymore, they went away. They went away, even with her pre-existing condition.
Right. Now, relaxers have been associated. Again, we're not bashing relaxers. I've had relaxers all through high school. I've been natural a little over 5 years now. So we're not bashing the chemically treated hair,
Right.
but relaxers have been associated with cancers and with uterine
Right.
fibroids in black women. So you might want to consider that when you're
Right.
going and putting this directly on your scalp.
Right, right. And again, some people use it going natural to express themselves. It's a way of wanting to connect back to say their spiritual roots or their beginning. It's a way of being woke, you know what I'm saying, self-awareness. But whatever your reasoning is for wanting to go natural, make sure it's your reason. Not because you saw somebody else, oh, that looks cute on them, let me try it. Because if that's the case, you'll never be happy.
And that's what this is about. Being
Right.
happy and embracing your natural
Right.
you. Whatever that natural you is.
Right, right.
You can embrace it.
Right,
You can
right.
be fearless about embracing
Right.
who you are.
Right.
There's a fascination with the texture of black hair. In some of the slave societies, white women would often hack off the hair of
Wow.
enslaved female servants because it supposedly confused
Wow.
white men,
Wow.
or
Confused
probably
them?
attracted white
Oh,
men.
okay, that's the better word.
So there is a long entrenched racism against textured hair and
Right.
and nappy hair. I don't like that word, but it goes deep.
It's deep.
It goes deep.
And I think that I've watched quite a few videos of women that were afraid to embrace their natural hair because of their parents or grandparents or older people in their life, because they consider that as being permed hair or straight hair, however you want to do it, considered that as being acceptable.
Right.
You know, if you're going on a job interview, you should not wear your natural hair. You should straighten it out, you know, blow it out or perm it or something.
How many times have you told people, "Oh, you look better with that hair straight," and you
Right,
teach your little
right,
girls that
right.
if your hair is straighter, it's prettier.
Right,
Well, that
right.
comes from years of being beat down and
Right.
and being. Imagine for a moment being on a slave plantation, and what you see is the master's wife with this long, pretty blonde, silky
Right.
hair, and you're out in the field as a slave.
Right.
So you're automatically thinking, "I must be ugly. My hair must be horrible."
Right.
You know, that is what I want to be. I want a more European look.
Good.
And that's where the years and years of it being pushed into someone that
Right.
you're not attractive unless your hair is
Right,
straight. You're
that's
not
the
attractive
thing.
unless your skin is lighter.
Yeah.
All of those things are just lies.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. You're not good enough if you don't have good hair. You're not good enough if you're not light skinned.
Right.
You're not good enough if you're not thin. All those are lies.
And what is good hair?
Good hair.
What is good hair? I'm sure a lot of people have seen the 2009 movie with Chris Rock.
Chris Rock,
the
yeah.
documentary that he did. And he said he did that movie because his daughter came to him and said, "Daddy, why don't I have good hair?"
Right,
And he
right.
decided to go into the details of what is good hair. What's your opinion, guys? What is
Right.
good hair to
Right,
you?
right. Erica on Instagram says that it affects your acceptance at work. You know, it
Absolutely,
makes it
Erica.
because people want to. They ask questions.
Yes.
You know, they want to touch your hair. They want to see it. You know, and it is frowned upon. That's
Right,
so
right.
sad.
I think it's intimidating. I think the texture and it just says so much that it's intimidating to
Right.
people. And when people don't know, they become curious,
Right,
they become judgmental,
right.
and then they start to attack
Right,
what they don't
right.
understand. So good hair is supposed to represent that hair that's silky,
Right,
manageable,
right.
pretty, soft, and then nappy hair is supposed to be the kinky
Angry
and the
and-
ugly
and-
hair,
yeah.
and that is farthest from the truth I can imagine.
Yeah. And I've actually had close people to tell me, "Ooh, I couldn't do that. I cannot have my hair nappy like that." And then I, don't want to be shady, but looking at their hair is chemically broken. It is broken because you can see chops of
You see
it
the damage.
and dryness of it because of not keeping up with their perms,
Right,
because there are
right.
people that keep their hair up with a perm and it looks healthy, but their hair was not healthy because of it. But yet and still, they would much rather prefer that
Right.
than to have their hair kinky.
Right.
You know.
That is the biggest lie that could ever be told, that
Right.
you would look better with this type of hair.
Right.
A lot of women go out and they get their weaves and their
Right.
wigs, and we understand medical issues that may
Yeah.
cause alopecia, medical issues that may prescription medicines
Right.
that cause your hair to thin, or hormones
Right.
over time that cause your hair to thin. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about embracing that part of
Just
you
embrace
that God,
it.
your genetics and God put in you
Right.
to grow from your scalp,
Right.
or your skin tone, or your
Right.
body shape. All
Just
those things are
loving
genetic,
you.
and loving yourself
Yeah.
is very, very important.
Yeah.
Did you know that even here in Alabama, it's actually legal to fire someone based on their hair?
Is it really?
Yes. Chastity Jones was a young lady in Alabama that had dreadlocks, and they fired her because of the look.
Are you
of the locks.
serious?
It's legal in Alabama.
Wow.
Not sure anywhere else.
I didn't know
but
that.
it is legal here in Alabama to fire someone based on their hair
That's it.
being
That's it.
unkempt, and that's the word that they use.
And regardless of how you style it, or if you put it in a bun, or if you neat and professional looking, it's still
Unkempt.
unkempt. Yeah,
Yep.
but loving yourself, whether you have natural permed wigs, because I will plop a wig on in a minute. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is loving yourself. If you don't have a wig, can you still be happy with yourself? Do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I just hate this? There are things about all of us. There are things about me that I look, I say, oh, I need to do that better, or I need to improve on this. Of course, but don't let it become hate. Don't
Right.
let it become where you
Self-loathing.
yeah, and then what self-loathing brings on is jealousy,
Right.
because you start to
Right.
compare yourselves to other people, and not even knowing that that person may have an issue, regardless if they do or don't, but you start getting into that jealous spirit because
Right.
you want to compare. Well, my hair don't look like that, and then that just brings on so much
Right.
hate.
And that's one of the downsides of social media, because you start to see everyone posting their beautiful pictures,
Yeah.
and everyone posting this and that, and you start to compare yourself, like Marlette said, and that's where you get into I'm not good enough.
Right.
I wish I had this.
Right.
I wish I looked this way.
Right.
And when you should just love yourself.
Because once you open that door of telling yourself that you're not good enough, then that brings in I'm not worthy enough, and then it's just a ripple
snowball.
it's just a ripple effect, and you just will be in the depressed state. You will be suicidal. All of that comes from the devil. You know, we had to bring that in.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
regardless of what we talked about.
Yes.
But that to love yourself is on a whole nother level, regardless, because there are people that have no hair because of, like you said, alopecia or cancer patients. Love yourself still. Love yourself still. It doesn't matter,
right.
what you look like, but it matters how you look at yourself.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
And this is the thing that you should always know about your kinky hair. Now, I have a natural hair channel on YouTube. Plug that real quick. Go to Raquel Diane
Yes.
TV and subscribe there. I do natural hair tutorials. Also on Facebook, I have a natural skin and hair page.
Yeah.
Go there, and I post great pictures of natural hair and skin
Yes.
from all around the world. But know this about your natural hair. Your kinky natural hair, your texture, is literally the symbol of life. Naturally coily, kinky hair that grows in spirals. No other race of people's hair grows in spirals. And spiral is the universe. It's the way the universe, the creation flows in spirals. Nature, galaxies, DNA, plants, sunflowers. So that's where that term, we love to use it, black girl magic, comes from.
Yeah.
Because we are queens,
We
we
are.
own it.
We are.
We own it.
And if you don't believe it, just embrace it every day. Make it your daily affirmation. I am beautiful. I am somebody. Until it clicks in your head. Because if you start making little small steps towards becoming what you want,
Right.
you have changed your life. But if you just wish, oh I wish I had hair like her, because I'm quite sure, Diane, you take a lot of pictures, right? And people look at your hair and look at your looks, and they say, oh, I wish I had her looks, I wish I had her body, I wish I had her hair.
Yeah.
You can't look like Diane. You are unique. I am unique. Everybody
And
is
the
unique
uniqueness,
and beautiful.
yes, the uniqueness is what makes you beautiful.
In their own. That's it. That's it. Find that thing in you.
Yes.
That you can embrace. Find that thing in you that you love. You may not be a picture taking person, but find that thing look at your face. Pastor Roberts used to tell us all the time, find something about yourself that you see is beautiful and work with that.
That's
it
right.
may be
That's
your
right.
eyes, it may be your smile, whatever it is, work with that.
Work with it.
To
That's
start your process to loving yourself.
Loving yourself. That's what
Yes.
it's about. Embracing and loving yourself.
That's right, Erica. I am beautiful. That's right.
Guys, we
That's
are on
right.
Instagram and Facebook Live simultaneously,
Yes.
and YouTube as well.
Yes.
And we're going to just talk through this embracing yourself. We're going to
That's
talk about
it.
embracing your skin tone, your hair,
Your
texture,
body type.
your body type,
That's
your
it.
features.
That's it.
Very, very important.
That's it.
Today's show, we're going to cut a little short for our live viewers, but thank you so much, guys, for joining. All
Thank
of you
you.
that are joining on
Thank
Instagram
you.
Live and Facebook Live. We're so glad to have you
That's it.
here on today. So why is hair that is soft, wavy, and silky always considered the good hair?
Yeah.
That's the thing. And you never want to bring up your little girls, black girls, thinking that because they have tightly coiled
Right.
hair,
Like mine,
that
they
it's
call it
nappy
4C
hair.
or 4. I have very tight coils.
Yes,
And I can't compare my hair to Diane's hair. The way her scalp is meant, that's how her hair grows out of her follicle.
right. And my hair is 4C. But a lot of people look at me. I had one lady literally tell me in the hair aisle in Walmart when I was shopping for products, and she said, I'm trying to shop for something to help out this 4C hair. I said, me too. She said, girl, you ain't got no
See?
4C. I said, I do have 4C.
Yeah.
What you see here, these curls you see here, are a result of me literally manipulating
Right.
my 4C
Right.
hair by twisting to get this texture.
Right.
But the way that it grows out of my head is just like
Tightly
Barlett's hair,
coiled.
tightly coiled. There may be more of it, but it's tightly coiled. So yeah, I do have 4C hair, but we don't like to get too much into hair typing because
No.
then everybody wants to know, oh, well, I have 3B, I have 3A. You got natural hair growing out of your head.
Love it.
And there's another stereotype that people love to say, or something that's just not true, that natural hair can't grow long past your waist.
Right.
Now, I have seen
Right.
women with natural hair, dark-skinned women, light-skinned women, before you say, oh, they were mixed. No, they were not mixed.
Right, right.
With hair,
Right.
natural hair that goes all the way down
See?
past their bottoms.
Yeah.
So it is possible for African hair to grow
To
very
grow.
long.
To grow.
That's another video. If you go to my channel on
Right.
Raquel Diane TV, I can teach you all of the herbal things to do for your hair to
Right.
get that length retention. It can grow.
Right,
I know
right.
this.
And the thing is, find how you want your hair. I mean, everybody may not want long hair,
Right.
everybody may not want short hair, but find what works for you. Don't, if you're starting on your natural journey, and we're not going to just stay on hair so much because we got all of this that we need to deal
Right.
with. But when you're on your natural journey and you get fed up because, oh, my hair doesn't look like so-and-so's hair, so I'm going to go back to the perm. No, find out what best suits you.
Right,
With
right.
me, I like the short cut. I
Right.
like it short and tapered. I like that. The boys, my boys had to teach me that you call this, what is it? A fade,
Oh, I know.
a light fade. It's a certain type of fade. It's called a light fade.
versus
Yeah.
a harsh fade.
Right, I guess. I don't want to scalp. It's just light, but that's how I like it, like that. Find what
Find out
works.
what your journey is, because
Right.
my journey is healthy hair first,
Right.
and then I do have a journey to waist length hair.
Right.
And then some people just want healthy hair. So
right,
find out
right.
what your journey is and just rock with it.
That's
Rock with
right.
it. But you are beautiful, ladies out there. If you're rocking your natural hair, your natural kinky hair.
Yep.
We don't want to say nappy because that's supposed to be a derogatory term. But your naturally kinky hair, you are beautiful.
Right.
You're beautiful.
Right. And as well as if you're rocking your weaves, all we say is be healthy with it. If you keep your weaves, if you go with your wigs, like I do a lot of times, that's fine. Just love and embrace who you are.
Who you are.
Bottom
That's the goal and the key for this topic today.
line.
To
Right.
get you to loving yourselves.
Regardless of what
Regardless.
you feel, because whereas you may look at one person and think, oh my God, they're just so beautiful, and that person may feel within themselves, oh, I wish I could be like somebody else. Everybody wanting to be like somebody else
Right.
instead of embracing themselves. Your body type, your skin color,
Skin
your
tone,
hair,
yes.
whatever. Embrace who you
Embrace
are.
it.
You know, for a while, people were wanting to be thin, like models. Ooh, I want to be super, super thin. But now the trend is thick, right? That's what the trend is, thick. So now everybody wants to be thick, but then in thick you have thick with no stomach,
Right.
thick with hips, thick with, it's just
Right.
crazy.
It's just
Love
going
yourself.
crazy, and it's all media
It's
responsible.
all media
The media is
responsible.
responsible. Magazines, before the media and social media was real prevalent, we had to go in these stores and look at these magazines,
Right.
Teen Magazine, Ebony Magazine,
Right.
Cosmopolitan, that would show us ourselves.
Right.
Or, we were comparing ourselves,
Right.
and people were becoming very unhappy, which
Right.
led to going and getting these plastic surgeries or these
Right.
altering
Right.
surgeries. We're not bashing that.
Right.
You may want your little Botox here and there. That's your own preference. If you got the money, do it. That's what you want to do. But what we're saying is embrace your features.
Right, right.
Embrace
Whatever.
your features. If you have a big nose, if you have dark skin, if you have big lips,
Right.
it's beautiful.
Right.
It's beautiful. You are beautiful.
That's right. That's right. And I don't know if you know Carrie Tran, the one that used to go with Chris Brown. She
No.
plays on Clones.
No.
Well, she's like half, I think, Korean and black, and
Mhm.
she's to the normal eye beautiful, But she has a problem with her body image. She made a post on Twitter that she wants larger breasts. She wants bigger hips.
Wow.
She hates the way she looks because she's small. And I'm like, well, not too long ago, big girls was hating the way they look.
Right.
Because I was like, so you have to
You will never be satisfied.
you
comparing.
will never be satisfied if you keep looking at social media and what the
Right,
the
right.
media projects as beauty.
Right.
So love yourself.
Right.
Love
Another
yourself.
thing I want to say about natural hair before we jump out of that and into other body image things, our natural hair as Black African people is the way we express our identity. And before the slave trade, hairstyles were a unique marker of certain tribes that you came from.
Right, right.
So the slave masters would cut that hair off
right.
in order to take
Cut your
away
i-
their
your-
identity.
That's right,
Who
your
you are. So,
identity.
a lot of other people of other races may be watching this and saying, why is it such a thing? Why is it, it's just hair, it's always natural hair. But because of these things, because of the history of
Right.
the entrenched racism
Right.
that we dealt with coming over here,
Right.
all about hair, all about texture, all about our butts being big. If
Right.
you remember Sarah,
Yeah, I
I'm not
remember.
sure, Meg, but she was put on display because her
Yep.
bottom was big.
like
And
a
that's-
circus freak.
like a
base.
circus freak because of the shape of her body,
Exactly.
her body image as a Black woman. So these things are sensitive to us,
Right.
and now we're developing the thing before the 60s. Black people were seeing that, oh, I want long, straight, silky hair
Right,
that's going to
right.
be more attractive, and they took
Right.
to the straightening comb.
Right, right.
Then when the 60s came in, it was Black power.
Right,
Now
Afro.
I'm starting to understand the power of textured hair.
Right.
And it was Afro.
Right.
And so now we're getting that back and we're saying, hey, my kinky hair has
Right.
power. My kinky hair is
Right.
beautiful. My skin is beautiful.
Right.
If I'm jet black, I'm beautiful. That
Right.
melanin, we're going to talk about melanin.
Right.
So let's just move into features.
Right.
Let's
right.
move into features and how big lips were once talked about. You're
right.
ugly.
Nose and
Yeah.
all of that. all of that is part of our culture. I mean, and you made a very good point when you said they cut our hair
to
take away our identity, so we would be nobody.
Right.
And when we become nobody, then they have like fresh clay that they can mold to become who they want us to be. You know.
That's it.
So embracing, it doesn't matter. Oh, my lips are too big to wear red lipstick. Embrace who you are. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
It's your God-given, it's divine.
God did that. God did that. If you have an issue with the way you look, then you have to take that up with God.
And genetics.
And yeah.
Who you were born to.
Right. Take
But
that
it's
up.
all God. It's all your divine nature and
That's
who
it.
you are. And we would say the same thing to white people. Embrace who you are.
Embrace it.
So it's not just a black thing. It's not just
Embrace your culture.
embrace your culture.
And yourself.
And that brings me to culture appropriation. When you think about that, culture appropriation is when people of a more dominant race take on these, take on the cultures and the certain elements of the less
race.
dominant
Okay.
minority race.
Yeah.
And there's been this big thing about culture appropriation. Should a white person wear the braids or the dreads or can they? And my thing is, yes, if you're going to show respect for that particular culture, if I'm going to dress as a Native American, then I need to do my research, understand it, and respect the culture.
Yeah. And I think the bottom line is, whatever you're representing, however you're looking, be okay with it. Stop putting on these labels and criteria and requirements on, I can only look this way, or she can only look that. No, I can look the way I want to look. If I want to buy long hair and wear it long, I can look European or whatever. I can look the way I want to. Because I'm confident within myself. Confident.
But don't
within
do it
yourself.
from a place. Don't put on that long weave because you think
feel
it's better, or because you think that's the standard of beauty.
Right.
Long, silky European style hair is not the standard of beauty.
Right.
And that's what we're saying as well.
Right.
How do you feel about another race taking on natural hair or cultural appropriation?
Well, I think
A white person wearing dreads, a white person wearing...
I've seen it before, and my first impression was like, But then, you know, let that person do what they want to do. Maybe they feel connected in some type of way, because a lot of people don't have silly. A lot of people don't have a sense of connection to anything.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and because of their inside feeling, they want to connect to a culture that they identify with.
Wow.
You know,
What is their culture? But
don't
it's ironic.
do it.
Isn't it ironic when you have the big lips and you have the blacks that want thinner lips, you have the whites that want larger lips, so you get the lip implants, and and then you got blacks and whites want big hips.
Right.
So
Right.
you know, that's ironic too, that you know, something you can hate or, you know, be discriminative against, that you now try to develop some of those things.
And I think that comes into play with, how do you feel about it? I mean, what are your motives? Where are you coming from with it? You know, I think we need to do a 2-part session.
Yeah, because this is so much information to unpack,
2-part.
really. And our editor is telling us
Wrap
to
it up.
Wrap it. She's back there behind the camera, like she's wrapping.
Yes.
To wrap it up on YouTube. So we've enjoyed this session. There will be a part 2.
Part 2, because it's a lot more we need to talk about.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share
the
want to
video
say that with you.
and comment. Leave your
Yes.
comments. Leave your suggestions for YouTube Live and Instagram. Leave your suggestions as to what topics you think we should talk about.
Yes.
We'll be happy to dive into those topics. Thank you for watching. This has
Love
been another
you.
show of Just Saying with
Diane and Marlette.